The captions a little bit. Let's see if I can get past the initial censorship. Because what will happen is in the next few minutes, I'll suddenly be flooded with anywhere between like 10 and 25 viewers. And then suddenly, just as quickly as they appear, they'll disappear. And then nothing. So what it seems like is happening is that my feed is working normally, like normal people's feeds work, and then the facial rack, whatever it is, catches up and it cuts the feed. And suddenly I'm stuck talking to nobody. 1, 2, 3 people. And we're talking about the biggest stories in the world right now. Algo, what's going on? It says, Algo says hi, but it says I have no viewers. Interesting. Always interesting. Now we have our like and our viewer. Yeah, I'm a big fan of necessary bullying and submission and shaming. You know, obviously excessive is one thing. But on the previous feed, I had some dumbass come on here and talk about, I'm a furry. It was what they first thing they said, hi, you know, I'm a furry. Can you see my profile picture? But like immediately, that was their identity, was a furry. It wasn't, hey, I do this, hey, I think this, hey, I support this, or whatever. It's that I'm a furry. And when I say, okay, well, obviously, your whole perspective is about, you know, giving yourself attention or getting yourself attention. He was smoking weed. And the person says, oh no, that's not it. Like, of course that's it. You wouldn't identify, you wouldn't start the conversation with it if it wasn't about you getting attention. And so you have to start asking yourself again. Now, like, there aren't furries throughout history. There's a lot of stuff that's happening now that didn't happen in history. Not a recorded version of it happened in history. And so I'm, you know, wondering what's being done to us. Whether it's in the water, or it's in the pokes, or it's in the vaccines, or I mean, it's in the spray, it's in whatever it is. What is it? I can only see things from my perspective. I can only view the world through what I see. I can try to see your point of view, but if I don't experience it, I can't. And I don't, you know, it's strange to me how difficult it is to get people to, Matt, what's up, man? How difficult it is to get people to express themselves, to talk about what makes them a human being. You know, what facilitates your belief structure, how you view the world. Intentional dumbing down of society. Yeah, but it's substantial. You know, my kid said it to me this morning. He said, I think we've been dumbed down over the past thousands of years. And it's like, maybe it's less than that. Or maybe it's only 100 years or so that we've been substantially dumbed down. That's what it seems like. And the reality is, like, you know, the things people believe, they believe solely by choice. Most things have multiple perspectives that are given. And then you choose the one that works for you. Keep us done, docile, so we never figure it out. Yeah, something's clearly happening, though. For somebody that's been doing this for 20 years plus, I mean, my whole life, really. But to see how, you know, used to be the black sheep, now, you know, There's just a lot more of us. But I really don't, I ask my average American, you guys on here, like what makes you tick? What inspires the way you think? What facilitates the way you think? Do you guys even question that? Gay, trans stuff that bothers you so much? Do you know how stupid you have to be bothered by that shit? I wish the Michelle Obama was a man thing was true. Because there's no, so, let's just say Obama was a gay dude who liked trans and Michelle was a fucking man. It's not true, but let's say it was. What negative does it bring? How does it shine any different light on the presidency and what they did, what they accomplished, the Monsanto Protection Act that was signed? It's really weird. In this society where people are upset about gay, trans, adults living how they want to live, people act like teenagers don't know who the fuck they are, shit like that. And yet you say to people, well, what about Mishnah Nada? And they go, what's that? You ask them about metzitzia and they say, what's that? It's like you are out hating on people, keeping to themselves, doing whatever, willing participants in whatever their thing is. And there's an entire cult out there that is raping kids, their own kids, as part of their religious doctrine. And you don't know anything. It doesn't get your attention. And it's weird too because I've turned on a lot of people to the Mishnah Nada thing in my world. And you can literally expose it to people and say, look, this is the foundations of your belief structure. And they still believe it. Because the big black dog came and laid down in our yard. He was hot, so. Don't forsake. Strike, dear mistress. Wow. There we go. Sorry, it's just communicating with someone. It's concerning how more people don't care. It's really weird. It's weird. It's weird how we live in this society where Like, the narrative is just such an absolute lie. Everything Trump says is a fucking lie. This guy is a fucking delusional nutbag, as he's supposed to be, because it's a great distraction. Focusing on Trump is such a foolish thing. It's not true by you know who are steering society in a general direction. Yeah, but it kind of seems like, I don't know, it seems like we're primed for another reset, because we've gotten too far. We've gotten too aware. There are too many of us out here. But at the same time, I mean, I really cannot think of a fucking truther out there who doesn't tell you to believe in Jesus at the end of the day. Yeah, well, I mean, whether you want to be a part of it or not, you are. And it's going to get worse before, you know, it's not just going to fix itself. I look back on, like, the Wonder Years, watching the Wonder Years with my kids. And, man, talk about an ideal time to be alive if you're white Christian. You know, you look at the like, you know, ignorance was bliss, so to speak. But it you know, you can't exist without asking these questions anymore. I don't know, like, today my wife, I was standing outside with the dogs, and because the Bluetooth on my phone was already on, when my wife got in the car to go get her coffee, my phone connects to the Bluetooth. So normally I would just, you know, click whatever and shut it off. But I just wanted to see how far the Bluetooth would go. And she went past the stop sign and about halfway down the next block before the Wi-Fi disconnected, before the Bluetooth disconnected. I mean, just, you know, how did we come up with that shit? Where did we come up with that shit? How does it even work? It's supposed to work on some light spectrum that we can't see, but it passes through buildings and shit. If it's passing through buildings, multiple buildings, basically, it has to go through us. And what are these cell phones doing to ourselves? What is being hit with all these frequencies actually doing to us? You know, you combine the frequencies with the spray, with the fluoride in the water, you know, on top of the poisonous education system that we have, the poisonous government that we have. You combine all these things, and definitely seems strange. Clapping buttholes. I mean, this song is about titties. It's a celebration of titties. The video that I used for it, we took some of my favorite Instagram broads who, of course, you know, live an amazing life just by being hot and posting pictures. But I literally can't think of another song that's about titties. I mean, maybe there's like some comedy song, "Man, I Love Boobs" or something like that. I seem to remember that. You know. something that definitely separates men from women are breastises. Everybody has a butt, and every goddamn rap song that exists is about butts. But I can't think of anything. Nothing serious talking about being fans of titties. Why? I mean, if you say that the industry is run by gay guys who are secretly, you know, talking about the things they like because they like butts more and shit, like, well, that's one of those conspiracies that doesn't exist, right? Yeah. Yeah. That's why you rape them at 3 years old and make them your wife. You know, the thing is, if you're not a part of the cult, when I say those things, you have a physical reaction. Oh, that's so gross, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, you react to it. You definitely don't think, well, how can I defend that? Well, no, it's not what you think. Well, it's you're misinterpreting it. Well, it's it's like it shouldn't be this hard because it's this obvious. How is it all so obvious and still?
How long do you think it would take? It's as ridiculous as their metzitzia to think I could successfully make 6 million out of anything. Stories are all that one has if they tell you that someone can make 6 million of something. You look into their eyes while you ask for an answer to the simple.
This song should be viral. It's fucking goofy that it's not. It hits on every level. Beat's great. Lyrics are amazing. Message is great. Hook is amazing. Like, even the title itself should bring people to it. And if you understood just how much I share this shit. Oh! I don't know if you're still here, Matt. Did you see the thing I sent you? If you guys aren't following Chili DeCastro, you should. That dude's fucking amazing. I could have sworn I sent you this today, man. Oh no, I tagged you in it. That's what it was. Because it's easier to label people like me a dissonant and call me crazy. I mean, yeah, but is it though? Is it that easier to go, okay, you know what? I'm not going to believe that there's some bad guys out there doing bad shit. And it's written in their books and they control everything and all this evidence that's presented that you have to like purposefully avoid to see it. You know, the interview with Mayim Bialik, do you see that one where she's talking about, she tries to work up some fake tears about how she was in a parking garage with her 19 and 20 something 21-year-old kid that she used to chew the food and spit it into their mouth like a bird when they were kids. That she was, somebody with Zionism is racism shirt came up to approach her, and she got scared. She was like, "Oh my gosh, get in the car, kids, get in the car!" And I didn't know what they were gonna do, and I was so scared. And she said, and then my kid said, "Well, what have you posted about showing support for Palestine, Mom?" And she said it and then just went over it. But it's like, even your dumbass kids are trying to point it out to you. Fucking Blossom. Matt, though. Matt, did you see what I tagged you in? So, in the last, couple weeks, I've been getting these notifications from Facebook that some of the video games that I have posted couldn't be posted because, or I needed to upload my ID so that I could continue using Marketplace, right? At least for the video games. And then yesterday, I get kicked off of Marketplace. They say that something I posted violates this, that, and the other. It's weird. I request a review, and some time later, my shit's restored. And then I wake up this morning, and I have as many notifications as I have items posted, telling me that this cannot be posted until I upload my ID. I've already uploaded my ID to Facebook before. I had to. It's always strange to me how people have fake profiles on Facebook, because I had to prove it.
Doing everything you're told to do, you prove you've been seen, like accepting that your cold flu spreads through a cough.
Weird, huh? It's weird how much has happened in the last few days, week. And I always tell you guys, when my shit gets shut down, you should be looking. You should be paying attention, because is my page suddenly out of the blue. The reason I'm here is because my other page got a strike based on a video from 4 weeks ago that only had 119 views on it. And yet somebody in those 119 views, somebody didn't like what I said, and I'm not allowed to say it. And I'm pretty sure that was when I discovered Lag Ba'Omer talking about the bonfires. And I look at what I produce compared to literally everyone else talking about it. And I provide you with less information. But the thing I do provide you is much more focused. And sort of stays on one topic. Frank Wells has an accent, but he is just a figment of my imagination. Wouldn't be able to know. I wouldn't know. I've only seen Algo videos. And usually he's drunk. I mean, the whole thing is just fucking crazy. This whole shit is crazy. The way things are going, the fucking, the smart shopping carts at the grocery store, the electronic price tags that change throughout the day, It's just so much. Isn't it interesting how nobody's talking about Artemis anymore? I just don't get it anymore, man. I don't know. It's hard to stay motivated. Like I always tell you guys, man, if offered $20 million, I'd disappear. Because what's the fucking point? It really doesn't seem like people want this to get better. And then on some and in some ways they do, but not fully. Like I just don't know. I don't know how anybody who is a truther, who has gone down the Israel rabbit hole, still believes in Jesus. Like, it's just so simple. Like, what the fuck? How would you believe this horrible shit? What have you been given? What have you been shown to make you be like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking put that dead body in my mouth and then drink the blood? Rise, chicken.
I wish Eminem was my friend, but then again, do I? Pretending to bend the rules as he lends his voice to the trends like a good guy. A government good spy claiming he would die before we endure any more of what could fly. By is the same nothing raps. He mainly attacks brainless dingbats, but it's all in the family. His vanity cracks. Handed these facts, the fantasy asks if I am wrong to a song about Israeli brats who keep killing blacks.
I'd love to hear what Eminem had to say about this song.
You hate that and that you'll call out abuse whenever the clues show you the ruse, but your red and white blues prove that you're paid for. You're just a caboose, and if I had your shoes, I'd step up and use the truth to remain poor. Since I only say more with my stupid poetry than you've ever displayed your ruthless and greed. Look for the opening, pushing the hopeless brings all the distraction. Your actions are so confused. We, Todd, Ed. You're ahead of the class, but do you call out Dennis? You claim you're the glass half full, but you menace the ditties but tennis, the balls of Paul. You make no sense like Venice. You won't call out the small. Hats kiss the wall. You tragically fall, forgetting your casket, your mask hit the
You know, I keep saying it like for years I kept talking about the genocide. This is, you gotta stop this genocide. We gotta stop this genocide. But as soon as that reality check comes through, and I'm like, wait a minute. As much as it sucks and as much as it's crazy, that shit is the fucking distraction. Well, they love us talking about the war, the genocide, Palestine, Israel, Iran. And everybody talks about it like it's Israel doing it, like it's Israelis doing it, when it's clearly not. The only reason they might be Israeli is because they live there, because they moved to a place that they decide to call Israel. But it's not Israelis all over the world. It's not Israelis in Hollywood. Howard fucking Buttsniff is not a fucking Israeli. I mean, I'm sure he has dual Israeli citizenship, but you know what I mean? Like, the real thing here is not just the genocide, but the people that commit genocide, live off genocide, support genocide. You know, that video with Scott Wiener. The guy says, you know what, I'll leave. Just say the words Free Palestine. That's all you got to say. Aren't you against the slaughter of children? Aren't you against the slaughter of innocents? Just say Free Palestine. I'll leave you the fuck alone. And he won't say it. I mean, by the end of it, if he would have just said, okay, fine, Free Palestine, to get the guy to walk away, nobody in his community, in his world, would be like, oh, he fully believes that. They'd be like, oh, he just said that so that fucking dumb goy would leave him alone. And yet instead, he still won't say it. And there's nothing that makes any sense about that whole scenario. Like, when your whole argument is that a couple thousand years ago, supposedly God promised you this land, and for a good 1800 years, you really didn't care that much. But then somewheres in the 1800s, well, in 1882, the Auto Emancipation pamphlet appeared and was distributed and blah blah blah, and created the idea of Zionism one and like friar nationalism, but there's also proto-Zionism, which existed before that, supposedly. But it just doesn't fit. It just seems so strange anymore, man. It's really fucking weird. Why aren't we revolting? I just don't get it. I mean, we're supposed to, like, what we're dealing with is revolting as shit. So why aren't we revolting in response? You know, we keep making all these songs. I keep writing these songs about everything I can find, every piece of the puzzle I can find. I'm turning it into a song to try to get through. And I'm censored on levels nobody can comprehend. Like, it doesn't exist anywhere else. And if it does exist, well, we wouldn't know about that person, would we? This is fucking... I've been doing this for such a long time, and it's never happened where I'm like, oh shit, I guess I was wrong about that. Never. My track record is spotless. And if you were, you know, if you had been playing like the stock market based on my feed, you'd be rich as shit by now. But it just, I don't know. I don't even feel like, normally when I get here, I feel like I'm on the verge of something. Like there's a breakthrough about to happen. There's a change, you know. And that last time it happened, it was, you know, stumbling across the Naomi Elkins thing and then the mission on the Da and all that. It all happened. But now I just don't even feel that. I feel like gross. Like it's whatever's coming is bad. You look at somebody with Trump's track record, and it's you know, when I was a kid, the president of the United States was like Ronald Reagan and shit. You know, we were told that it's like, you know, and Ronald Reagan, although an actor, portrayed that presidential image to a T. And I to think that somebody with fucking rape charges and it's just, what the fuck? What happened? What the fuck happened? Should have called pudding Lemetatron. Now that I think about it, that was the missed opportunity there. I don't know. I just don't know. I feel like we live in such a beautiful, potentially beautiful, exceptionally beautiful place. And our lives should be so much different than they are. We should be walking on the moon if that's possible. We should be, like, as a society, we should be like, hey, who built the star forts? How did they do that? You know, who built these cathedrals? Who built the infrastructure that we live in? You know, you see those old pictures and you see people like walking on wooden sidewalks. The road is dirt, the sidewalk's wooden, and they're all next to these giant fucking buildings that we couldn't build today. Anyway, I'm gonna go. You guys have yourselves a great day. We got 2 viewers and 3 likes. Always makes sense, doesn't it? As always, everything you need to know as far as what I think is in the description. I give you the best presentation I can come up with. And I want you to look for yourself and see it for yourself. I just don't know what to do or say anymore, guys. It's really fucked up. It's really creepy. It's too slimy and weird. I can't get that kind. Pedophiles, kill yourself.